In 2040, the world looks drastically different from just 2 decades ago. National borders still exist on maps, but real power has condensed into 3 vast spheres of influence: America, Russia, and China. Today we look back at how it all happened, and what it cost. The 20s were known as the fracture years. Economic instability, climate disasters, and weakened international institutions unraveled decades of post-World War II cooperation. The United Nations, already struggling, effectively collapsed after a series of boycotts. Global organizations lost authority as regional powers flexed their muscles. In 2027, the United States officially withdrew from NATO, declaring a new Monroe Doctrine 2.0 quote focusing solely on the Western Hemisphere. Meanwhile, Europe crumbled under the weight of energy crises, refugee flows, and political infighting. Russia seized the opportunity. The United States, under its new doctrine, launched an aggressive campaign of economic integration across North and South America. Trade pacts and military guarantees coerced Canada, Mexico, Brazil, Argentina, and others into the American sphere. Coups, debt crises, and security deals shifted one nation after another under Washington's control. The dream of a united American continent, long spoken of in whispers, was realized, under American terms. In the power vacuum left by the U.S. retreat from Europe, Russia moved quickly. Eastern Europe, abandoned by NATO, fell either through political realignment or outright conflict. The Middle East, devastated by years of instability, welcomed Russian intervention as a lesser evil. By 2032, Russia controlled everything from Lisbon to Tehran. European identity fractured, replaced by a patchwork of client states loyal to Moscow. While Russia and America consolidated existing regions, China expanded into new territory. Through the Belt and Road Initiative 2.0, China absorbed most of Africa, India, Pakistan, and the Pacific into its orbit, economically first, then militarily. Debt, development, and dependence became the tools of conquest. Africa, once called the continent of the future, became China's breadbasket and mineral vault. Chinese-built megacities in Lagos and Nairobi stand as towering symbols of this new era. Life inside the spheres is stable, at a price. In the American sphere, English is the common language. Economies thrive under strict capitalist models, but political dissent is crushed under security cooperation treaties. In Russia's empire, nationalism and surveillance rule. Old cities wear new names and dissenters vanish quietly. In the Chinese world, technology dominates daily life. Social credit systems track every move, but many citizens accept it for the promise of prosperity. What was lost? The dream of a truly united, cooperative world. Freedom of movement, international collaboration, human rights, all have been sacrificed for stability, security, and spheres of influence. The world of 2040 is divided, stable for now, but behind closed doors, each empire prepares for the next inevitable clash. As history has shown, spheres do not stay silent forever. New conflicts loom and the future remains unwritten. This is the story of how we traded a global dream for 3 empires, and now, we wait for what comes next. In 2040, humanity stands on the edge of its greatest era. Against all odds, the world once divided by conflict has united under a single dream: peace, order, and good government. Today we look back at the miraculous rebirth of Earth, and the first steps into a larger universe. The 2020s began in chaos, but amidst rising threats, environmental collapse, economic instability, and political extremism, a global awakening took root. Citizens across nations demanded change. No longer content with borders and divisions, they revived the spirit of the Allied victory in World War II, not to fight, but to build. In 2028, the world's leading democracies, including the post-war pillars of Germany and Japan, formed a new alliance, the Global Accord for Peace and Progress. Rather than empire or domination, this accord was rooted in mutual aid, democracy, and sustainability. For the first time in history, humanity created a global assembly where every nation had a voice, not based on power but on partnership. Africa, Latin America, Oceania, long overlooked, now helped lead the way. The dream once envisioned after World War II of a just and peaceful world had finally begun to take shape. But even the architects of this new Earth could not have foreseen what came next. In 2035, humanity received its first confirmed communication from an intelligent species living in a nearby solar system. They spoke not in conquest but in curiosity. Like us, they had survived their own trials and sought peace among the stars. Humanity responded not as fractured tribes but as one people. Bound by our shared history of conflict and reconciliation, Earth made a decision to build a future together, not just among nations, but among worlds. In 2040, Earth and its new allies founded the first interplanetary organization, the Federation of Planets. Inspired by an old dream from human imagination, Star Trek's Federation, humanity had turned fiction into fact. Our mission to explore, to learn, to build together. In the end, it was not wealth, weapons, or power that saved us. It was the simple decision to believe in each other, and in a greater destiny. This is the story of how humanity found its way, not just across continents but across the stars, and this is only the beginning.